A 35-year-old woman attacks the grandpa and stabs him dead with a screwdriver. Does nobody look on social before they hire someone? Oh, she got into magic mushrooms, poor thing. Oh, hell no. That is not gonna work for me. So her murder is insane, while all the other murders, they make perfect sense. Oh, yes. What?
No,
No.
Well,
you are doing this because she's young and cute and you like what she's doing on TikTok. Yeah, you're all making excuses for her. Yeah. To Janie Lacey, that's Dr. Janie Lacey, renowned psychotherapist and CEO. Dr. Janie, have you ever heard of a lightning round? It's on game shows. You ever heard of that?
Yes, I have, Nancy.
Okay, so you know the rule is a very quick answer, as in yes, no. Okay, here we go. Lightning round. Dr. Janie Lacey. Number 1, is hating yourself a mental disorder?
No.
Is an eating disorder a mental defect?
It's diagnosable, but no.
So then you just violated the lightning round rules. So no and no. Is drinking a mental defect? Okay.
No.
Is anxiety a mental defect?
No.
Okay. Is insecurity a mental defect?
No.
Is being in, quote, survival mode a mental defect?
No.
Okay. So John Day joining me, did you just hear Samantha Ray Booth online describing all of her issues? Somebody who said that? It was either Langle or Tom Green or probably Dave Mack said, she's got issues. Yeah, she's got issues. They're not mental defects. None of those issues, and she was very forthright with all of her issues: eating disorder, anxiety, no confidence in myself, boo-hoo, no confidence in myself, a walking panic attack, self-hating, self-loathing, tumultuous relationships. Okay, yeah. None of those are mental defects. None of them. You're going to be hard-pressed to use any type of a mental defect defense in this case, because she's laying it all out there. If she's talking about that she drank too much, you don't think she'd blurt out on social media that she also did weed and mushrooms? Of course she would have. You know, when you don't know a horse, John Day, look at her track record. She's blurting everything there is to say about herself on social media. She doesn't mention a thing about weed or mushrooms, does she? Alan Langle joining us, editor of Deadline Detroit, formerly with the Washington Post as an investigative reporter. That's not easy to get to. Alan, let me rephrase. The so-called naked nanny says, I effed him up, and yes, I did it. It was just too easy. There's your poor wounded deer that you're all trying to exonerate with an acclaimed drug problem or mental defect, bragging about killing grandpa.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are trying to exonerate. I think, as other people have said, we're trying to understand how the switch got clicked from this very, what appeared to be a caring nanny, a very articulate, introspective person, to really an insane person who just lost it. And when we talk about the circumstances, she's charged with first-degree murder, which, if you look at the totality of the circumstances, and I defer to the lawyers here, be pretty hard. First-degree murder in Michigan is mandatory life without parole. Second-degree murder can be life, but with the possibility of parole. And so in the totality of just all the circumstances, I think you'd be hard-pressed to convict or plea to first degree in there. But I don't think any of us are. I don't think any of us are trying to say she should be exonerated. It's insane. I mean, it was a brutal, brutal thing of a an elderly gentleman who seemed very loving and caring, had 4 children, had a very successful career, cared about his grandchild. It's a tragedy. It's horrific, and none of us are saying she should go free. The question will be whether she's currently mentally competent to stand trial if she were to go to trial. But I'm not trying to make excuses
Just
for her.
because she's stripped, just because, well, you
Well,
are. You are. Why are you saying she's mentally incompetent?
It's insane behavior. It's insane behavior. I'm sorry.
So what?
Who does
So
that?
her murder is insane, while all the other murders, they make perfect sense. Oh yes. What?
No, I'm
No.
well,
you are doing this because she's young and cute, and you like what she's doing on TikTok.
not at all.
Yeah,
Not
you're
at
all
all.
making excuses for her. Yeah. And you know what
Well,
else you did? You know what else you did?
others-
You can't be on the jury because you're already worried about sentencing. John Day, I know you're not going to like this, but you have tried a lot of cases, and isn't it true? The jury is not to be concerned about sentencing. They are to render a verdict that speaks the truth. And you guys don't like it because she's young, and to you guys, she's cute, and you can't imagine her committing a murder. So she's got to be insane or have a mental defect. He's already worried. He's already saying, Langle is already saying, she'll get life without parole. We can't do that to her. Oh, yes, you can.
No matter what the judge says, every juror considers the effects of a conviction one way or the other. And no matter, the judge is going to say, put that out of your minds. It's not your job. But the reality is, Nancy, we both know from doing trial work that that's not what jurors do. They have that somewhere in the back of their mind. So we can't pretend that they're not going to be thinking about that.
Now, here she's saying she is a, quote, light worker, and she speaks an entirely different language that most people, I guess that's me, cannot understand. You feel alone, isolated. Those are not mental defects. How do I understand this language I was not taught? She may be zany, but she is not insane because she gets in this car. You can see her in her car. She sets up a video cam on herself. She loves to post online. She's coherent. She's well kept. She's got on makeup. She's done her hair. She's talking about, I guess, the cult that she's starting. This woman is not insane, Dr. Janey.
I agree with you, Nancy. She had extreme violent behavior. She took this poor, innocent man's life who was protecting his daughter. So when we look at the behavioral presentations of what is the documented digital record of her life, she's very conscious in the sense that she's using a lot of language that shows that she was actually doing her inner work. She used the word inner child. She's using the light worker. She believes that she's a light to humanity and has a higher consciousness. So this is the record of her saying that she's sane, she's present, and that she's doing her work, so to speak, from her potential trauma that she alluded to in some of her previous videos that you've shown. So that is not someone who
I got to ask you a question,
is not
Dr. Janey
conscious.
Lacey. I'm just wondering if you function. You know, when medical doctors don't like you to go to WebMD, they hate it when you Google what you perceive, and of course I do it on myself. Everybody around me, I Google their symptoms and I diagnose them. Do you just hate it when somebody has read so many self-help books that they diagnose themselves and start treating themselves? What is an inner child? I've heard that a lot. What does that mean as she refers to the inner child in the third person?
So basically what the inner child comes from, it comes from childhood trauma work. So the childhood trauma work is if someone has experienced trauma in their history, that they get stuck at that point, or they had some type of emotional needs that was not met. So the inner child means the adult self goes back and protects. It's kind of like you become your own parent and you go back and you acknowledge the things that you needed as a young child, or the things that happened to you were not your fault. So it's connecting your adult self with your inner, with the parts of you that were frozen, what we call frozen, that were unhealed, of things that have happened in your history. It's related to a lot of trauma work.
Okay, I'm going to try to drink in everything that you just said. That's a lot. And I'm very curious about why Samantha Ray Booth is diagnosing herself She does not have a mental defect except that she had an eating disorder and she has self-loathing and she drinks too much.